The Nigerian Ports Authority over the weekend revealed that 5 terminal operators are being monitored to ensure they do the right things as regards to their commitment and obligations as agreed under the Port Concession Agreement. This is even as the agency revealed that the affected terminal operators have been given temporary 6-month renewals with conditions to meet before they will have their concession agreements renewed permanently. Over the weekend, the managing director of the NPA, Mr. Mohammed Bello Koko, said that the introduction of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC Act, meant that renewal of concession agreements with terminal operators is no longer done the way it used to be done. So it's all new. Well, joining us to review that, Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu is with us. Chika, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Happy New Week.
Happy New Week indeed, sir. Yes, the port, something you talk about regularly on the show. What do you make of this development?
When you read some of these things, it gets very distressing. Now, historically, it was said that government was not a good manager of business, and therefore all the government-owned assets need to be privatized or concessioned into private sector hands for better management and better return on value for the whole country.
Yeah.
And what we have seen arising from the privatization program all through, mostly, apart from 1 or 2 successes, is that most of them have been acquired, but have been poorly managed.
Yeah.
We were supposed to talk about the paper mills last week. We saw that Nigeria is importing paper totally now. The paper mills, the ones in Wopi, the one in Najeba, have all been run down, and Okoiboko, they've all been run down. Nothing's happened on them. The steel mills, the same thing. They were acquired and privatized. Nothing's happening to them. Even the motor assembling plants, the same thing. I've been struggling. So it's surprising. I had thought that reinvestment on these terminals, when I saw that story, it wasn't included in the concession agreement, but I had to reconfirm this morning that they were actually included. Now, just like most things in Nigeria, we are so good in planning. The concession and privatization agreements are all well done by the best senior advocates of Nigerian lawyers and so on and so forth. Agreements are signed, assets are handed over by BPE to these private investors. Look at what happened to the discos, the same problem. But the issue we have had in Nigeria is what we call the post-privatization monitoring or the post-concession monitoring. What do these acquirers do with the assets that have government assets, Commonwealth assets that have acquired? And you see what's happening to the discos. It's the same problem. We thought that if they get into private sector hands, they'll be better managed. Now, so the same thing happened in the port. The 5 terminals, they require reinvestment. The Papa Port, the Tinkan Port, where even though the quays are all collapsing. And so, how have we been doing business there for the last 10, 15 years? After the post-concession, and we have not made this kind of reinvestments in those places. And nobody, BP monitors, have not come out to raise hell for these people. And then we have told now they have been renewed for another 6 months, and pending when they're going to give them permanent renewals. So it boils down to the same thing. After privatization, what happens? After concession, what happens? There are some people whose role it is to make sure that those plans, agreements signed, about the investment they're going to put into those plants are done. And the deliverables and the targets met. But those things are not being done. People look the other way, and national assets are just wasted in private sector hands. And it's just sad that the ports have joined the galaxy of these assets.
Well, so going by what was said over the weekend, it looks like at this point they're saying that, they will monitor them. It will be a 6-month temporary.
The inflows, the money these concessions are making is so much. And everybody in the chain, including MPA people, the monitors, everybody is happy. But in Nigeria, the country who owns the asset is suffering because the reinvestments are not being done. So it's the interest of them. They have done the renewals. Who has look at what's behind the power, the discos.
Right.
Who has the guts to do anything? Nobody will do anything. People have said, see, there are clauses in the agreement that says, if you don't keep this, do this, we can reverse this. We can see that set from you. That's not been done. Nobody has the guts because everybody in the chain has her personal stakes inside it. You know.
So that's another issue for the next administration in 2033. What do you make of Vice President Sibanjo's article on energy transition? And
when I talk now, you say I've said it, come again. You know, you see, this energy transition thing, you know, when I look at it, it's like we're in a meeting, and you're not eating crayfish.
Okay.
And people are talking about eating salmon. Okay. I mean, you know, salmon is exotic fish.
Salmon is expensive.
Expensive and exotic fish.
Yeah.
And crayfish are not even found to eat. The basic, even...
Chika, your analogies.
Even the mortuary, the one they call mortuary fish. Yeah. It's so expensive. And I can't even, you know, that. You have not gotten that. You're talking about power. Even from coal, we don't have.
Enugu is supposed to be a coal city.
Even from coal.
Yeah.
Even from the fossil fuel that is like the Western world wants to, like, you know, exit from.
Yeah.
You know, we don't even have. We don't have. We're not even ready there. So what more? This exotic, you know. So we make commitments that are going to be zero. What's that?
Net zero.
Net zero by 2060.
That's the plan for the Buhari administration. Now,
to get to the 1,000 kilowatt hour per person, the VP has said that we need about 15 times the power levels we have now.
Yeah.
And you know, even the power levels we have now, the power enters into the transmission company, and then when it enters, there's the problem. Before it reaches the disco, there's another problem. And then you and me will have, for the last 1 week or so, or 2 weeks where I stayed in Ikoyi here, the light was like a candle. Candle is even brighter. And it was going up and down, so suddenly, the next thing is go down.
And that can damage appliances.
Of course, now. I mean,
damage appliances.
So much.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time, you know, but I mean, serious issues.
Yes.
Gas is accepted as a transition energy.
Yes.
You know, to move to this zero net thing. Luckily, we have gas in what? In abundance. But like most in Nigeria, what are we doing with our gas? We're flying them.
Exactly.
Flying them.
Exactly.
Even to cook remember the issue of cooking gas. Prices are going up. Yeah. So Nigeria will have abundance of all these things. Look at power. Even the power. You know how much investments were made in power. Yet our power output has not increased by even 1 megawatt. It's been the same problem in and out. The cement deal, thank God, one time is dead, the next time things happen, and without power and security, we cannot develop in this country. Yeah. And so the VP has written, you know, for whatever reason, you know, maybe the season, maybe for reason for me, you know, for the season, nice article, I read it, very, you know, like him, you know, he's very professor, you know, well written, you know, like some people that they write and write for them. I'm sure that this one he wrote by himself because it's very erudite. But the issues are come home. People from outside will not be helping or will do this for this. I mean, writing this into appealing to the Western world. Come home. The fundamentals we need to do to get our own power right, we're not even done them. We made massive investment. Even the cement deal, project manage it properly so that there's an output. Even the investments were made already in the Gencos to transmission company to discos, manage them properly so that we have, you know, decent power output. Even with the fossil fuels, we're not even done that. Then we're talking about exotic salmon and all those stuff, you know.
Nigeria. Well, Chika, do you think we'll be discussing all these issues in the new year?
Well, is that a magic switch? You always believe that the magic switch, you know.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbone, always keeping it real and giving us the take on what's going on. Chika, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate your time. You're watching the Global Business Report here on Arise News.